What's up? Welcome to another episode of the Tina Parker Show. We are on day 28. Y'all, 2 days left until we complete this 30-day challenge of heel elevated squats. All right. And like I've said in other shows, the reason there's just one thing. Can you commit to one new habit that will it will create the momentum, it will lead to transformational change in your life, the way you look, the way you feel, the way you start to think, all the things. Okay, so it just starts with one first step. Okay, making a decision and keeping their commitment. And and doing that when it's 100 squats, right? So some folks, if they're just getting going on their transformational journey, they might feel the pain after 25, right? 25 squats. Where you push through and you complete the full 100, that's where you start realizing I can do it, okay? Because things are going to shake. Your legs are going to shake in life, business is shaky, everything, okay? Things come up. But pushing through and not quitting, that's the best thing you can do. Just don't quit. You might slip up, okay? But the next best step is right back to it, okay? All right. So this day is about rebirthing self-trust. Day 28. The moment you keep a promise to yourself, everything changes. That's what we're talking about today. So girl, let me talk to the woman who's tired. The woman who's been ghosted, ignored, overlooked. The woman who is maybe you are isolated, okay? You didn't lose your confidence. You lost your self-trust. Some days you can just have a blah day and you're going, because you have all these things you're working on, okay? And sometimes it's not that you don't know you don't have your goals in check. It's not that you're not motivated. It's not that you're not a go-getter. It's not that you're not a bad A. Some days we just get stuck. We're overthinking. We're wondering what the world needs from us. We're trying to figure out how to, show up that day. Sometimes it's just freaking cloudy. Okay, dudes won't understand that. If you need to, I created this PDF that will help you. It's like a journal prompt. Okay, there's all these like questions, and it's to help you get realigned, gain some clarity, and then you can get refocused. So let me know if you need that guide, that PDF, and I'll get that over to you. You just have to comment, okay? You didn't lose your confidence. You lost your self-trust. Don't mind the noise. We've got kids in the house. Sometimes this is how it is for women, all right? I get you. Today is a rebirth. Why women lose self-trust. This is where you incorporate the mind concept. It's like you're going to tweak your brain, all right, without mentioning it. Women lose self-trust when, let me put my glasses on. They break their own promises. They tolerate disrespect. They stay in betrayal too long. They abandon their bad boundaries. They numb instead of heal. They silence themselves. They choose others over themselves. They let fear override discipline. They let the old emotional records replay on repeat, right? Sometimes it's none of these. Sometimes it's just you're overthinking what you're doing sometimes, okay? Because the wilderness, it's isolation. You're not around the right people. You're being ghosted, and you're going, okay, you just are looking for some more clarity. You can pray too and look for discernment. There's so many things that we can do in that. And sometimes it's the hormones, ladies, right? Okay, comment in here if you know what I'm talking about. There's some days the hormones get the best of us, and it does create a little cloudiness in our brain. It's a real thing, all right? So there's this reactive mind, all right? When your mind stores emotional pain, your brain starts replaying it like a loop. Again, it may not be from emotional pain. It could be just from you're stuck that day. Okay, I want to make sure you understand you're not broken. Some days women just are, it's a little foggy. Okay, look at the clouds. You see those clouds? Sometimes they're just a little clumped up. Okay, that's the cloud in the brain. Every new situation triggers the old wound. It's not always that, right? But it could be that. A lot of people stay stuck because of these things. So I want to make sure I'm clear that it could be some of these things, but it also, if you're a driven person and you're just having a day, okay, sometimes we have a day, okay, just pray for some discernment. I have a journal that you can, some prompts that'll help you get back refocused. Your fear isn't about today, it's about yesterday. So this is why she overthinks, gets anxious, sabotages, avoids, freezes, distrusts herself. Okay, self-betrayal creates anxiety. Anxiety is often the body's reaction to promises you keep breaking to yourself. Why am I talking about all these things? Because we have a lot of women that are stuck. We have a lot of women in this world that are dependent on a man, and the man has, leaving or left. We have women that are stuck in welfare, so they're dependent on the system. We have people that are stuck on numbing themselves because that's all they've been told. My doctor said I need this, so they just go ahead and take it. Okay, they don't know everything. That was clear. Okay, we learned that in 2020. Everything is being exposed. If you're not questioning things right now, that's a big problem. Okay, if you need some help getting some clarity on some things, let me know. It's, some people aren't seeing the signs. The woman who keeps saying she'll start eating healthy, but then you don't. Okay, the woman who says she'll leave that toxic man, then she goes back. The woman who says she'll stop scrolling, but then you scroll. The woman who says she'll work out and then you postpone. Oh, I'll start Monday. Oh, I'll start tomorrow. Oh, I'll start. Yeah, that doesn't work. You have to just, even if it's only for 15 minutes, show up, get it in. That it's like the habit of getting there. Okay, you're creating that momentum of doing the thing. Okay, some days you might have less energy, but get there, do something. Okay, give yourself 15, 20 minutes of something, and then that'll be good. Okay, some days it's like that. The woman who says she'll stop drinking, okay, and then she pours another glass. How about the woman that says she wants to lose weight, but she keeps going out and having drinks on the weekends? It doesn't work, folks. You got to give some things up. You got to sacrifice for what you want, or what you want becomes a sacrifice, okay? Your brain cannot trust a woman who doesn't follow through. So here's the one promise and how it rebuilds identity. You don't rebuild self-trust by fixing everything. Okay, you rebuild it by keeping one promise. That's why I did this challenge. One thing. Can you, sorry, I just saw a message. Can you do 30 days of one thing and follow through every day for 30 days? That's easy. Okay? It's just replacing old habits with good habits, and they're going to compound. One workout, one glass of water, making the bed, saying no, brushing your teeth, logging off social media, going to bed on time. That's a big thing, you guys. So many people just do not go to bed at a decent time. And I've learned, I used to get like 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I have learned that my body does much better throughout the day if I get 7 to 8 hours. So, and you've got to get to sleep on time. Okay, staying up all night and then trying to get up in the morning to get your workout in and, create the life you want, it doesn't work. You got to beat the sun up. So you got to go to bed at a decent time. So a good routine starts the night before. Taking your vitamins, you need to take some things. Journaling for 5 minutes. Every kept promise is a vote for the woman you are becoming. Let's talk about women that are in their like wilderness season, or maybe you're, that isolation season. We have women in the Bible we even have men in the Bible that spent time in this space. Okay. So that's who I'm talking to right now. Sometimes God, Yahweh is his real name, isolates you, not to punish you, but to rebuild you, preparing us. You're not being ignored, you're being redirected. Okay, sometimes your ghost, I just have to, we have to, when we get that, put it in Yahweh's hands. Know that He's got our back. Okay, so the right door, the right person, the right partner, the right everything will, when we are aligned, that person will come. Okay, it's all about alignment, and He's in control. He's the architect. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe everything is for a reason. Okay, your wilderness is where your self-trust returns. So connect to this identity. Women who trust themselves don't chase. They attract, they discern, they create. So how to rebirth your self-trust? Here's some practical steps, okay? Start with one micro promise. You don't have to make crazy promises to yourself. You know what I mean? It could be, if you struggle brushing your teeth, brush your teeth every morning. Make your bed every morning. You know, lay out your clothes the night before so you're not struggling to wasting time trying to figure out what you're going to wear to the gym. And you could even do that with your work clothes or your daily clothes. You know, you can just start pulling them out the night before. That way we're not wasting time. Okay, say no to anything that drains your integrity. Remove people who trigger self-betrayal. Stop making emotional decisions. Stop spending time with people that aren't encouraging you. You know, sometimes our circle is broken and we need to get around new people. And until you can get around new people, spend time alone and connect with those online. Join a community that holds you accountable. Okay, join Women of Action Academy. All right, I've got the link in the description. Celebrate every small win. Your life will change when you start getting around the right people, listening to the right people, working on the mindset, the skill set, the habits. You can build your confidence, build your body, build your brain. Self-trust is not built in the big moments. It is built in the micro moments. All those small little decisions that you do. So in closing, I want to say your rebirth starts today. What's one thing you can, if you haven't done anything yet, what's one thing you can do today? All right. Go do 25 air or 100 air squats. Okay, you can do that in between. You don't even have to do it all at once. Okay, just promise yourself you're going to do 100 throughout the day. With one promise, keep it, and self-trust will rise. And if you need a woman to talk to walk with you, join the Women of Action Academy. Share this with someone that you believe needs to hear this message today. And don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you for joining, and I hope you have an incredible rest of your day.